Today we are driving into the Monahans Sandhill State Park in the state of Texas. This is a big giant sandbox, and you want to be careful if you're driving in a bigger camper or even a smaller vehicle. The sand will cover some of the sites and the roads, but if you have a very sandy site, test it out before you drive your RV into it. We are no longer alone in the park. There's been a couple other campers come in, thankfully. It's still pretty hot, but we have a couple takers out here trying to slide down the hill. So we're hiking up the sand dune to see what's going on.
I'm collapsing the sand.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
That's steep, huh?
It won't without a lot of weight.
Steeper, guys? All right, pull off.
All right, this
Find
is the
steeper
steeper
one.
side.
Right here is steep enough. This is really packed right here.
The one that looks like it's going downhill in a hurry.
So this is campsite number 17. I see it was reserved for last night, but there's nobody in it. This is a typical site. As you can tell, they often have to push the sand off of these sites. This is site number 18. And this is, the dunes are right in behind. And over this way, where the sun's coming up, or has come up, is where most people go to try to ride the sleds. It can work depending upon what type of sled you have. So this is the rest of the campground. It is the month of June. It's hot. Right now I think it's like 7:30 in the morning and it's already 73 degrees. That's actually the lowest it got. I think it got to 72, 73. This is site number 19. So these are for your shorter RVs. But you have picnic table, grill, electric. So our sites on the other side have water. I'm noticing these do not. They do not appear to have water. They only have electrical hookup. Can still hear traffic noise from here, but you're still out away from everything. We had to run the air conditioner all night, so we did not hear any traffic noise. As you can see, the sand moves around on a regular basis. This picnic table is somewhat buried in the sand. Oh, they do have water. Right there's water hookup on the back of the electrical box. Yeah, so they do have water on this side. I would think you'd have to. This is in the back. We're actually walking up over the hill to our site, because our site is up over the hill. So these sites are different because the one back there is like a back end. These are more of pull up the side type sites. And sorry, I'm walking my dog and she keeps weaving all over the place. The dunes are kind of neat looking. They're neat and pretty. Haven't seen any wildlife other than quail. This is the main, I say the main, the site that's closest to the hill, because in behind our camper is where people will slide down and you can hike over those dunes, and there's another large area. And then over that way is the like public picnic area. I mean, it's all public, but where people can come in for the day and picnic, and there's a volleyball net. So worth a visit. I would just come when it's not so hot. I don't know how hot it got yesterday, but too hot. A few tips for visiting the Sandhills. If you plan to be sliding down the hills, you will want a sled that is more rounded instead of flat on the bottom. They also rent sleds when the visitor center is open. You want to arrive during the day because the sand shifts, and you do not want to get your RV stuck in the sand because you're trying to figure out how to park in the dark. And then if it's super hot, you may not want to go or just spend one night because it can get very hot. The good thing about this location, it is a Texas state park, so the camping fee is cheap. I think we paid $19. And the cancellation fee is also cheap if you would have to cancel at the last minute. There's also a pilot station as you enter into the park, so it's easy to gas up when leaving or arriving at the park. From our families to yours, a big hug, and we will see you on the next escapade.